50 people in swimsuits, staring at an empty concrete hole where my pool used to be, their faces screaming, "What the hell just happened?" That was my revenge, and man, it felt good. Diane Miller, the HOA dictator, thought she could waltz onto my property and claim my pool for her daughter's party. No ask, no please, just a smug, "We're taking it." So, I drained every drop of water and watched her empire of entitlement crumble when she called the cops, thinking she'd won. I'm Jake, a 35-year-old architect who moved to Willow Creek 2 years ago, chasing the suburban dreamer house, a backyard, and a pool that was my personal oasis, complete with a purple dinosaur float named Barney that I'm not ashamed to love. This neighborhood seemed like paradise at first: kids on scooters, neat lawns, friendly waves. But I didn't sign up for Diane, a 50-year-old control freak who ran the HOA like her personal kingdom. It was a perfect June Saturday, me floating on Barney, beer in hand, when I heard her heels clack stomping onto my pool deck. There she was, in a tacky blazer, snapping photos of my pool like she owned it. "Diane," I said, sitting up, "you good?" She flashed this fake smile, all teeth, no soul. "Just showcasing your pool for the HOA newsletter, Jake, what a community treasure." "Yeah, right." Then she hit me with it, "We're using your pool next Saturday for Emily's graduation party. 50 guests. It's perfect." I nearly fell off Barney. "Excuse me." She didn't flinch, just kept scrolling her phone. "Saturday, 2 to 8. We'll handle setup, don't stress." It wasn't a question, it was a command. Her daughter Emily, this 18-year-old with zero chill, chimed in, "Mom, can I dive?" "And where's the DJ going?" I gripped Barney's plastic neck, trying not to lose it. "Diane, this is my property insurance, liability, you know the deal." Her smile turned sharp, like a knife. "Jake, good neighbors share. The HOA expects cooperation." She handed me a letter, some BS about community standards and consequences. As she strutted off, muttering to Emily about the Petersons who learned their lesson, my stomach sank. The Petersons, nice folks, lived a block over, vanished last year after issues with the HOA. By nightfall, I got an email accusing me of anti-community behavior. Diane wasn't playing, she was declaring war. Next morning, a neon green violation notice was slapped on my door, $154, inappropriate pool accessories. The crime. Barney. My dinosaur float was apparently a visual blight. I stared at his goofy grin, half laughing, half ready to scream. "You're not the ugly one, buddy." I needed help, so I went to Walt, my 78-year-old neighbor, who was polishing his Mustang like it was his kid. He saw the notice and cackled. "Diane's back at it. Let's talk." Over coffee, Walt pulled out a dog-eared HOA rulebook. "Rule only applies to fixed structures," he said, jabbing the page. "Barney's safe. But watch your back, she did this to the Petersons. Their house mysteriously fell apart after they crossed her." I fired off a response to the HOA, with photos of Barney floating free and clear, feeling like I'd scored a point. But then, Diane messed up big. She accidentally hit reply all on an email meant for Victor Lang, some pool company hotshot. "The architect's stubborn, but plan B's in play," she wrote. "We'll make him comply." Victor's reply: "This party better impress, Diane, or my investment's gone." Boom. It wasn't about Emily's party, it was a staged event to save Diane's sinking business, and my pool was her stage. I showed Walt, who whistled low. "She's using the HOA to bankroll her hustle." "That's fraud, kid." By Tuesday, Diane's smear campaign was in full swing. Neighbors gave me the cold shoulder, "Sweet Mrs. Lopez said her grandkid cried, thinking I hated kids." I was the neighborhood Grinch, and Diane was spinning the tale. Then Karen Peterson called. "Yep, those Petersons. Jake, Diane ran us out, she said. After we said no to her using our yard, our house started breaking pipes, walls, all tied to her shady contractors. We lost $80,000. Fight back. That night, Diane sent an HOA email announcing Emily's party at my address, claiming I'd volunteered. Our SVPs poured in, thanking me for something I never agreed to. Emily even asked if I had extra dinosaur floats. I looked at my pool, its water shimmering under the stars, and a plan clicked. Diane wanted a spectacle. I'd give her one for the ages. Wednesday, I called Walt. What if my pool's leaking, wrecking your garden? He grinned like a kid stealing cookies. My azaleas have looked sad lately. We staged a sub-story photoshoot Walt cradling his plants, me looking grim. I called Pro Water Pools, not Victor's crew, for an emergency check. Tom, the tech, played ball, southeast corners leaking bad, Jake. Gotta drain it to save your neighbor's property. I got it on video, twice, plus a signed report. Pumps arrived that afternoon, and I went live online. Hey, Willow Creek, pool's leaking, hurting Walt's garden, draining it now. Sorry for the noise. By Thursday, my pool was a concrete canyon. Emily showed up, pale. Mister. Jake, Mom says the party's still happening. I shook my head. Gotta be empty, kid safety first. Diane drove by that night, circling like a shark, but I knew I had her. Friday was perfect, sunny, hot, ideal for a pool party, except there wasn't one. I set up cameras, for security, but really to catch the chaos. Diane kept posting in the group chat, parties on. Saturday, cars flooded my street, 50 guests, kids in floaties, a DJ with speakers, all piling into my yard, staring at the dry pit. Diane swept in, all sequins and sunglasses, with Victor, who looked like he'd rather be golfing. At 2 p.m., Emily, hyped and oblivious, yelled, "Cannonball," and sprinted for the pool. Her lip was pure joy until she realized, midair, there was no water. Third. She hit the concrete, groaning, bruised but alive. The crowd froze. Diane shrieked, "Jake, you psychopath," and dialed 911, screaming about assault and sabotage. I stepped out, calm as a monk. "Diane, I sent notices the leak was wrecking Walt's garden." Walt, bless him, teared up. My azaleas, planted by my Mary, ruined. Cops arrived, 2 guys who'd seen it all. I handed over my folder, inspection, work order, emails. "All legit," I said. Officer Hayes eyed Diane. "You had permission to use his pool." She sputtered, "It's an HOA event." Hayes wasn't having it. "That's not how it works, ma'am. False reports are serious." Victor muttered, "What a mess," and peeled out. Diane's deal was dead. As the crowd dispersed, filming everything, Emily, wrapped in a towel, mumbled, "No party, Mom." Diane hissed at me, "This isn't over." Oh, but it was. Clips of Emily's flop and Diane's meltdown hit 150,000 views by nightfall, with comments like, "Entitled much," calling cops over an empty pool. Sunday, Walt called. "Diane sent a fake HOA email, says you're banned for safety risks." No board vote, just her hacking the system. I dug into her finances. Her company, Okovibe, was $500,000 in debt, with lawsuits piling up. Worse, she'd siphoned $50,000 from HOA funds to her shell companies. Karen Peterson drove in for Monday's HOA meeting, bringing proof. Diane's ex and cousins ran the contractors who broke their house. The meeting was a circus, every seat taken, neighbors buzzing. Diane tried to spin her story, but I projected her fake email. "No vote happened," I said. Walt backed me. Then I showed her shady payments, fake invoices, cash to her cronies. Karen dropped her bomb, evidence tying Diane to their house's accidents. Walt sealed it with night vision footage of Diane and two goons drilling holes in his foundation. The room exploded. Diane sobbed, "I needed Victor's money, my business was dying. I borrowed HOA funds, Emily's savings, to survive." Emily stood, voice breaking. "You took my college money." Diane's confession was on every phone. Cops cuffed her, and as they led her out, she turned, ice cold. "Check your mailbox, Jigme lawyers are coming." A month later, Diane faced 7 years for fraud and vandalism. The HOA gutted its rules, and Bunny became our mascot. I threw Emily a real pool party, and when she nailed her cannonball, we all cheered. Then, a letter from Diane, from prison: "Jake, I'm getting help, facing my mess. Tell Emily her college funds safe, there's an untapped policy. P.S. Got a lawyer tip. Mine's useless." I laughed, but her mailbox threat nagged me. Was it a bluff? What's in that mailbox? Did Diane get what she deserved, or did I push too far? Drop your take below. I read everyone. If you've got an HOA nightmare, spill it. Sometimes, revenge isn't the win, it's just you, a full pool, and a dinosaur float, living better than the haters ever will. Keep your cameras rolling, folks.